Is that the biggest flaw you see in what a guy like Bobby Tewksbury teaches? Absolutely. For those of you new, Bobby was on my site. I think he left the site in 2010, maybe 11. And he was on the site for maybe a year and a half, 2 years maybe, I'm not sure. He was all over what I taught. He loved it, loved it, loved it. And then one day he starts talking about this. And I think he got it from old time video like Nelson Fox and Ty Cobb or somebody. Back in the day, they did a lot of this. Hank Greenberg maybe, I forget who all was involved. And he started hallucinating, in my opinion, and he started seeing this barrel, what I would call, he's the one dumping the barrel, by the way. He would start to see this move that was external rotation of the humerus bone. And so we got into a little spat and he left the site. And just before he left the site, he said, well, your son does it. And absolutely not does my son externally rotate his humerus bone. So it's a case of he left before he knew what he was talking about. And I can't tell you how many people, how many clinics I've done and how many people that come to me. I just talked with a Division I softball program that they've been following what he taught and they're having terrible results and they're not quick enough, their bat drags. So if you notice, he rarely talks about mechanics anymore. He talks a lot about metrics, about the devices that measure the metrics. He talks a lot about approach, but he doesn't talk mechanics much. There's another one. Is dumping the barrel always a direct result of external rotation of the humerus? Pretty much. The external rotation of the humerus, you really don't have much of a snap. And the external rotation of the humerus is not an explosive move. The snap, the adduct and supinate, is an explosive move. And the biggest cause of dumping, I would say, was doing what you're supposed to be doing, but not doing it fast enough. Okay? If you adduct and supinate and do it really fast, there's no dump of the barrel. You're in total control of that barrel. But if you externally rotate, you can't do that fast enough, and you start to lose your barrel. And that's when people think the barrel's getting dumped. So it's definitely a big cause of it. But if you adduct and supinate, but you don't do that fast enough, your barrel will drag, and it isn't necessarily a dump, but the critics will call it a dump. Okay, so yeah, I'd say yeah, that's probably the biggest problem of what they call dumping.